Okay, so apparently a new patch just dropped and Dragunov was slightly nerfed. So let's just talk about the nerfs and what exactly got changed. But before we do that, uh, let's just talk about the way they deliver the patch, which I really like because not only they explain exactly which buttons got changed, what got changed, but they also explain the intention behind it. So this is, in my opinion, this is a really good way to deliver the patch. There's one behavioral change and two balance changes for Dragunov. I'm looking over the patches and most of these seem to be nerfs. So they are just toning the game down a little bit, which is to be expected. New game, new mechanics. Every character is slightly buffed right now, but they didn't hit any character too hard from what I can see. They're like slight changes that are going to make the game a bit less meshy from what I can see. But let's just quickly talk about what got changed for Dragunov. So down 3-2, that's the first behavior change according to them. So the recovery frames have been increased by 2 frames, so it recovers slightly slower now. And on guard, it went from -6 to -8, and on hit from +8 to +6. Yeah. And also, even without counter hit, I think any of these. Oh, I can't do standing block, just standing. Yeah, so +6, which isn't such a bad nerf, but the intention they explained is that this adjustment was made considering that in specific combos more damage than anticipated could be dealt. So there were probably some routes that utilized this move. I never used this move in combos, and I still don't know where you would do this unless they're talking about wall combos, which does make sense. So they probably don't want you to do as much damage, but the damage hasn't been changed, just the frames have been, right? So if we this is an exploding wall. If we bring our dragon over to the non-exploding side, yeah. Yeah, the damage is the same as before. Only the frames have been changed. The recovery frames have been increased by 2 frames, so it's 2 frames slower to recover. And on hit or on block, now we have a little less advantage. So that's not such a big change in my opinion. But if they say that this is something to be, they did this to fix combos, did this to fix the combo damage, then that does make sense somewhat. Probably there were routes that I hadn't discovered that utilize this. The next one is actually Dragunov's Dragunov's Orbital. Uh, all versions, right? The character now turns towards the opponent upon hitting. He does. Okay. You see how he faces the opponent, but I don't think that changes anything. Oh. I actually... Okay, you can pick up with that. Now, I should be able to pick it up from there. Did they remove the combo? Oh, they did. I actually think they removed the combo from this. Oh, Okay, the character now turns toward the opponent upon hitting. This change makes follow-up attacks more stable when hitting in an off-axis state. Okay, I was able to pick up from there. So the combo hasn't been removed. Maybe I'm hitting incorrectly. Yeah, I can't seem to pick him up. Maybe I'm doing something wrong. If he flops right next to you, yeah, I can't pick up there. The opponent now transitions to a downward state 6 frames earlier. A down state 6 frame earlier, which should mean that he would recover earlier as well. Yeah, the opponent now transitions to a down state, so the floating state ends 6 frames earlier. I think this is direct. This is a very very political way of saying that we've removed the combo from up for 4. That's just unfortunate. Adjustments have been made to address the situation where, despite being a jump status move that isn't punishable when blocked, yep, exactly, unintended high damage combos could be performed. Come on. Regardless of whether the move hit or was blocked. Maybe this is worded incorrectly. Maybe the wording makes it sound like you could perform a high damaging combo from when it was blocked, but it probably isn't the case. So they're just saying that they've removed this combo. Yeah, they tell you in their intentions that they never wanted this to combo, so they made the float state a little less 6 frames shorter. Then they made the float state 6 frames shorter, which means the only thing you get is this now. That's 48. That's 41. So the go-to combo is now this. So we've lost. So they have this marked as a buff and a nerf. I fail to see where the buff is. Dragunov, they're saying that off-axis state, this is a lot more stable now. And yeah, maybe. Oh, so in cases like that, no, when the opponent falls right next to you, I think you should be able to pick up from there, maybe. So. Yeah. So you can probably still get the combo in some cases. But it's so unreliable. Yeah, it's extremely unreliable. I don't think that this is something we can I don't think this is something that we can actually depend upon. So the combo has essentially been removed. Okay, fine. They didn't want Dragunov's Orbital to give any more than 48 damage, which is fine. It was an unintentional discovery, I guess. The devs didn't want this, so this has been removed. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. During sneak, so this is a move that I expected to get hit pretty hard. This I really expected to get hit really hard. But from what I see so far, I'm not going to make any assumptions. My previous assumption did prove to be incorrect. So this pressure that even main man talked about, do you see the distance it puts the opponent on? Well, this pressure has completely been killed then. Yeah, this is dead. This is now the same as back 1+2. You can really only pressure with this tool the way Dragunov was using it. Only at, okay, not even at the wall. So the loops are just gone. Yeah, the loops are just dead. On hit, let's see. Yep, it's dead. Okay. Okay. Let's see what they have to say about this. Sneak 4. Distance between player and the opponent on block has been increased. It has been increased massively. They're basically resetting neutral after this. So this move is dead essentially. The whole point of this move is gone. Other than like hitting opponents that were downed or something like that. Yeah, you can still hit that, but the better option from there is 1+2. What other situation do you want this in? So essentially, this move is no longer a pressure tool for Dragunov. You reset neutral completely. Okay, that move's dead. The chip damage during block has been changed from 8 to 5. Okay, so this move has been hit really hard. I didn't really read these changes before starting the video, so I was under the impression that the Dragunov didn't get hit that hard. But this is a pretty significant change. The distance thing, I don't mind the chip damage, but the distance thing, this completely negates Dragunov's pressure from his while standing 4, from his quarter circle forward 4. Adjustments have been made to address the difficulty in countering a specific combination that was proving more challenging than intended. So killing it wasn't the solution. Maybe decrease the plus frames. Maybe decrease the plus frames, I think, would have been much better solution than completely negating the move at all. So now I'm just thinking, what is this move for then? Other than resetting the neutral from sneak. So from sneak, you can reset the neutral, while if it connects, you go into heat. And it still can be stepped pretty easily, I'm sure. So let's see if the tracking has changed at all. Yep, it's still. Yeah, there's zero tracking to this move. Well, not zero. Okay. Yeah. It's still pretty easy to step this in either direction. And it's still interruptible on hit. Yep. So I really don't understand this change. Because on block, we are completely resetting the neutral. And the one big counter that this move had, which was quote unquote like higher skilled defensive option, it's still there. I can still step. You can get hit by it and you can still step. So this move is dead now. Okay. Okay. So everyone was complaining about Dragunov's damage. They didn't go after Dragunov's damage. Instead, they did nerf this tool, which I was sure that they were going to nerf the frames on this on Sneak 4, but they went after like they just completely like buried this move into the ground, because now you in a fighting game for a pressure character, resetting the neutral is like one of the worst things you can do. So I don't really understand this decision, but I'm not going to say that Dragunov is dead now or Dragunov is really shit now or anything like that, because I don't know, right? We don't know if it really does make that much of a difference, because you can still go for something like the running 2, right? So we are, I mean, it's not like the neutral is reset to the point where Dragunov can't do anything. There are still options for Dragunov to go for. Yeah, you can still like, but only if like you want to, if you're sure that the opponent isn't going to press any sort of extra buttons. You can still like sort of mix this up with the throw like you would before. You can still go for okay, so my initial impressions, this does hit Dragunov's the new flowchart that Dragunov had with while standing one crouch cancel, that's not crouch cancel, while standing one into sneak. That flowchart is dead. I don't really understand what the point of this move now is outside of combos. So this is now just Dragunov, one of Dragunov's highest damaging enders, but like that's 59 and that's 59 as well. That there's one extra damage from the wall hit, but it's still 59. And 1+2 is always better because of the wall distance that you get. Other than Oki, I don't really see a purpose for this. Right, something like that. If they stand back up, roll backwards or something. So I'm really not sure. So this is just a tool from your sneak. If you want to go into heat from the sneak option, if you think that the opponent is pressing too many buttons or if they're ducking, then this is a good tool for you to have in sneak. But this isn't a pressure tool anymore. This was a really strong pressure tool. And that's gone. That is completely gone now. So let's play a few games with him and see if the nerfs do hit him as hard as my initial impressions are, or maybe I'm just overthinking this. Let's give him a couple of days and see how it ends up being. So that's it. That's the part of the patch that I was most interested in. So if you guys want me to do a full patch reading and my impressions on how the game has changed, I can do that more going forward. But for now, I think I'm going to end the video here. Thank you so much for listening, and I will see you.